Boredom got the better of me.
Sorry, boredom did.
Yeah.
Would you like us to have a chat now?
I thought it's so bad I got to talk to Lloyd.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you what, it's been 7 years in the waiting. Actors consistently oppose the oil and gas ban, but the real challenge is for Labor to change their mind. New Zealand First put Labor in, supported the ban, changed their mind so we can have it again. But Labor need to change their mind as well so that the industry can have certainty in the long term. People need to knock a lot of money off their power bills, and you're not going to do that if we don't have gas, or at least some certainty you can invest in that country, and it's Labor that has to deliver that.
Can I please get your thoughts on the FBI setting up an office in Wellington, and also the Greens saying that we should pull out of Five Eyes?
Well, first of all, the United States is a long and strong friend of New Zealand. We already have a lot of cooperation on transnational crime, which is a reality. Having an FBI office doesn't really change that, it just strengthens that relationship with a long-term friend of our country. I also just make the point that we need to make sure that we understand the world that we're living in, which is not the safe one that we'd like it to be. The idea that New Zealand would pull out of an intelligence sharing agreement with Britain, America, Australia and Canada, I mean, who do they think our friends are in this world?
Back to the oil and gas stuff. I think one of MB's more recent inventories on the likely gas reserves underwater, under the ground underwater, is that there perhaps isn't as much as we would hope there would be.
Yeah.
Are you concerned that you've passed this legislation and there might not be enough there to build those?
Yeah. Look, it's very possible that they won't find the gas, but the impediment to people getting cheaper energy should not be our own government, and that's why I say, if New Zealand First can change their mind, then Labor should be able to do that too. New Zealand First, they put Labor in, they voted for the ban, now they're voting to unban it. We need Labor to show the same dexterity and change their mind so Kiwis can have oil and gas.
Do you think we could one day see New Zealand First back with Labor re-banning the ban they're unbanning?
Well, you'd certainly hope that they've learnt their lesson. One is that it's been a lot harder to re-legalise it than it was to ban it.
What do you think about the trailing liability changes that were put through the House the other day?
Well, I think it's been a very difficult challenge to balance the desire for people to actually come here and want to come here, balance that with the necessity of protecting our environment and not getting left with a whole lot of kit or rigs that the taxpayer ends up footing the bill to get rid of. So it's been a difficult balance, but I think we're there.
Do you think it could have been done earlier?
Go on, you finish, Russell.
Do you think it could have been done earlier?
Well, you do things as fast as you can. I think there's a lot of people in politics wish they'd done stuff faster, but it's not always possible.
I mean, it went through Cabinet in April, didn't it?
Look, you'd have to. I have a calendar in my head, but that sounds about right.
So, what caused the delay?
Well, again, people go into these things in detail. That's the minister responsible who should do that, rather than me. But all I'd say is that there is a balancing act between making sure it's environmentally sound and people will actually want to come and do it, and I think we've balanced it.
Why does the FBI need a base in New Zealand?
Well, again, we have transnational crime, that's a reality. We have a relationship with the United States, that's a reality. Having an office here allows people to be more efficient in prosecuting the crime when it occurs across borders, and I think that's important.
Is there anything that kind of forced it to happen? Like, what was the tipping point for them to do it, do you know?
Well, again, I think Judith Collins is the most responsible minister here. It's not necessarily me. It's also Winston Peters, our Foreign Affairs Minister. So I don't get deeply involved in this, but I'm very comfortable with strengthening our ties with the United States. They've been a good friend of New Zealand throughout the history of both countries. I'm more interested in some of these comments by Brian Tamaki, particularly about the new Chief Executive of Air New Zealand. So the guy's lived in this country since he was 10 years old. He should be celebrating getting to the top of his profession, and he's told that he's not a Kiwi. And I've decided, even though it's only Thursday, I'm going to call it and say Brian Tamaki's my dropkick of the week. It's totally unacceptable to say someone's not a Kiwi because of where they were born. Someone who spends 30, 40 years of their life here gets to the top of their profession. It's a lot more Kiwi than Brian Tamaki.
Are you going to start doing dropkick of the week?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think you're in scope, but you never know.
Who was in the running this week?
Oh, look, to be honest, we hadn't thought we'd have to call it this early. Brian Tamaki with that ridiculous racist tweet just blew everyone out of the water. Yep. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks. Look forward to being around.
I think you got it in you.